Hey guys, this is Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, and today we're going to be talking about Nexon's new banning rules and banning system for combat arms. Now the consequence of this is that there is a massive unbanned wave going throughout the combat arms player base. Now before we get into the details, let's make this very clear. If your combat arms account was banned in the past, be it in 2013, 2014, 6 months ago, 2 days ago, whatever. If that ban reason, the reason why your combat arms account was banned, does not go and line up with the new banning rules that Nexon have gone and implemented, then your account will be unbanned. To put it in more simple words, if your combat arms account was banned for what you believe to be an insignificant reason that wouldn't go and get you banned in games like League of Legends, Dota 2, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Overwatch and so on, then more than likely your account will be unbanned. If it's a reason that doesn't make sense, it doesn't make logical sense why your account was banned in the first place, then more than likely you'll be unbanned. However, in the end, it comes down to the combat arms team. Even if you believe you should be unbanned, the combat arms team could believe, okay, you shouldn't be unbanned and you will stay banned. It's all down to a case-by-case basis. Before, it was set rules. Okay, if you did this, you would go and get this. Now, if you did it again, you would go and get this. And if you did this, you would go and get permanently banned, etc, etc. It was all set rules, no context on the offense. So basically, you could go and post a report thread on the Combat Arms forums, and you would know if that person's going to go and get banned before you even posted the thread, simply because you would go and say, okay, what that person did lines up with the ban offense, and then boom, that person's going to go and get banned or suspended. Now to Combat Arms playbase, we don't know what the rulebook is. Of course we know stuff like don't hack, don't go and abuse glitches, don't go and harass people, don't go and give death threats out. You know, stuff like that applies to every single video game. But now if you want to go and report somebody, Nexon goes and looks at it on a case-by-case basis, and then they'll go and dish out a ban and suspension if they believe it's, you know, worthy or not. And if it's not, then nothing happens. Now this is great and all, but what still makes absolutely no sense is combat arms form reporting. The fact that you can go onto the combat arms forums and then you can go and publicly report a play. You make a thread, everybody can go and see the reason why you reported somebody, everybody can see the screenshot or the video proof or whatever, and no video game publisher does this in 2017. The way that everybody else in the industry does it is it's completely private. For example, in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, if you want to go and report somebody, you right click on that person's name, you go to report, you go and tick all the boxes that apply. That person could be hacking, that person could be harassing, then you write a little bit of a description. If you want to go and report a person's profile, you go in that profile, you go to the report section, you go and type in whatever that person is doing that could potentially be worthy of a ban or suspension, and then it goes privately off to the team. The fact that in combat arms it's public, it makes absolutely no sense. What Nexon needs to do is completely revamp in-game reporting, where you can go and right click on somebody, you can go and click that report button, you can quickly type out a message, it gets sent to the team, and there it's nice, quick, easy, and private. This public reporting is a complete mess and it actually makes combat arms look like a disgrace. Now with that said, completely reworking the reporting process will take quite a long time, and I don't expect it to be done like right away. And one thing that Nexon are doing right now, step forward, is removing the whole dishonor list concept. Now, quoting the Cleaning Barracks post, I'll go and link it in the description below. It goes and says, while the so-called dishonor lists have been an established item in the history of combat arms, and we understand that on a personal level, you like to read about what happened to your reports, we do not feel this kind of public display contributes to a healthy and enjoyable game climate, and I completely agree. Now, saying that humans are curious creatures and we kind of want to know what happens to our reports. Now, Riot Games, the creators of League of Legends, they've gone and implemented a system where if you go and report somebody and that person goes and gets banned or suspended, next time you log in, you'll get a little bit of a message, and it'll basically go and say, due to one of your recent reports, a person has been banned. Thank you for your service to the community. And just a short little message going and saying that your report actually went and did something. It doesn't go and show the person's name, it doesn't go and show what that person did, it doesn't say what time frame, it could be 2 months ago, it could be a year ago, it could be a day ago, whatever. doesn't go and say basically any information about the report. It simply just says, thank you for going reporting, that went and helped out the community. And that's just a little something that really goes and gives us a little, oh, okay, that we kind of went and did something, kind of went and helped out the community a little bit. I think implementing something like that in Combat Arms could be a good idea as well. Of course, it's not necessary. There's much bigger problems to go and worry about, but it's a food for thought type of topic. Now, I want to go back to the cleaning barracks, and I just want to go and read through the rest of it and clarify some stuff because I think people might have a few questions. The first one is the paragraph that goes and says, the Combat Arms team, and its sole and absolute discretion, will take any action deemed necessary to preserve the integrity of Combat Arms. That basically means it's up to the potential player, the offending player, and Nexon, not the public. Even though the public can see it, it's not up to anybody else besides Nexon. Nexon has the final call in the whole thing. And their final call could be a temporary account suspension, a permanent account suspension. They could remove EXP, they could remove items, they could go and disable account access, so on and so on. Under that a little bit, it goes and shows all the different subforms where you can go and report people. Again, I don't really think reporting people for a form makes any sense, but that's the system they have right now. And under it, it goes and shows, okay, if your previous ban doesn't line up with their new rules, you could potentially be unbanned. That's very good. And if you do go and get unbanned, you'll go and get an email to say, blah, blah, your Combat Arms account has been banned. So congrats, dude. You can go and play Combat Arms again. I'm sure that'll make a lot of people happy. Now, overall, I'm pretty happy with all these changes, but there is still a ton of work that needs to be done. Getting rid of form reporting, in my opinion, is max priority when it comes to customer service and whatnot, and trying to go and get this whole reporting thing worked out. Going and fixing in-game reporting, again, that is a massive, massive thing. Going and doing it so where you just right-click on a person's name, you go report, you quickly go and type out a report, and then you get back to the game instead of going navigating through menus and the options and whatever, just to go and type out, you know, a very, very badly written report form that probably doesn't even get read. Overall, that needs to be fixed because at the moment it just takes you so far away from the game, and you can only go and report people after the game. We've probably gone and forgot the person has been hacking, therefore just completely making the whole process just crap. So overall, a lot of work, but a lot of good things have been done. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to go and give it a like rating. But other than that, it's Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under.